Hey guys, so I wanted to do a tattoo removal tips video plus a 4-month update on how my sleeve is looking. So basically this is like a collective of tips that I've gotten either from my tattoo removal specialist, my tattoo laser specialist, my technician. Oh my god. Anyway, from the person who's removing my tattoos, and then also just people who have commented on my videos who gave me really good pieces of advice, so I really appreciate that if you commented something that I'm gonna say today. So my credentials for talking about this topic are literally zero. I'm just a girl who is trying to get rid of my tattoos, so hi, hello. But I will say that, like, in the grand scheme of things, I think my removal process has been going pretty well. Knock on wood, but I haven't had any blisters, and to be honest, I think my tattoo's fading quite well. You know, there's other factors that are completely out of my control. One being that my tattoo was only black and it was pretty light-handed work, and I'm naturally a very pale person, so all of those things make it a lot easier to remove than the opposite of those factors. But I did want to give a couple of tips today, kind of like what I think has been helping, and I'm sure as I go along I'll pick up more tips, but as of right now, going into month 5, these have been working really well for me, and even my technician has said that mine is doing really well. It's like fading really well, so I feel very proud about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you what I did and am doing to see if it helps you as well. So I compiled a list on my phone, so if I keep looking down, it's because I'm looking at the list because I don't have it memorized. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you a side-by-side comparison of what it looked like before I even started and then what it looks like going into month 5, so after 4 months. So you can see just how much it has faded in 4 months, and I'm hoping that it will just continue to fade at that rate. Before I even start with my tips, I'm going to read, based on the internet and my own very limited research on Google, what technically happens when you get laser removal. Okay, so normally your immune system works by removing foreign particles from your body, but ink particles are too big for your immune system to remove, which is why they're permanent. Tattoo removal takes a laser that focuses beams of light directed into your skin. The laser heats up the ink particles in your skin to break them into smaller particles, which are easier for your immune system to carry and remove. So basically your lymphatic system within your body is eventually carrying those particles out of your body, excreting it through your urine, your feces, or your sweat. So that will come into play later for some of my tips. Okay, so the first tip, you will notice that I'm very pale right now, and I don't tan like from the sun ever. I am like a very big advocate on sunscreen. However, I do use self tanner pretty often because I do like being kind of tanner than I am right now. But with the process of getting laser removal for your tattoos, you cannot have well, I guess you can, but it makes it a lot more challenging for the laser to pick up the ink in your skin the more tan that you are. And that's because the laser works off of finding contrast in your skin. So if you are a very pale person like me and you have really dark, like black ink, it's the easiest for the laser to pick up that ink in order to break it up and carry it out through your immune system. However, if I gave myself a tan, it makes it much harder for the machine to pick up the ink because there's less contrast in my skin. Therefore, if you're someone who has a bit darker skin than me, it is going to be a little bit more difficult or take longer time for your tattoo to be removed because there's less contrast in your skin. So that is probably the only benefit to me being this pale I've ever found in my entire life. But anyway, so my technician told me 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after for the healing process, don't tan. So whether that's like staying out of the sun or just not using self-tanner or whatever it is for you, I did hear that a lot of people during the summer take a break. I kind of just want to get this thing off as soon as possible, so I'm not taking a break, at least At least not for this third session. I might take a break for the rest of the summer after this, just because it's gonna be so hot and I don't want to like stay inside all day or cover up my arm, but I may change my mind, we'll see. Okay, number 2. So this was actually a suggestion someone put in my comment section on my last video, and they said to exfoliate and shave your arm before. So again, that's just kind of creating a better canvas, I guess you could say, for the laser to pick up your tattoo. And I say arm because it's my arm, but wherever it is on your body, exfoliate and shave. Don't put any lotions on, don't put any perfumes or anything of that nature. Just use the lidocaine cream. And that actually goes into my tip number 3, which is to wrap the location in saran wrap after you apply the lidocaine. So I had done this the first time, but barely wrapped it, like really didn't take it seriously. And it hurt really bad. So like the tattoo removal session. But then when I had my boyfriend like really wrap it, it helped so much. So it does help to actually like, I guess, really get it in there, like really cover it, really kind of saturate the area and then suffocate it. But I know someone also commented saying that you can get sick, or you know, like something bad might happen. So I don't know, maybe talk to your technician about that. I haven't had any issues with happening to me. I usually do it like an hour or 2 hours before and I wrap it, but again, talk to your technician about that. Don't take my advice for it because I don't know what I'm talking about. This is just what's worked for me. My dog is drinking water. This is for the cat, Flynn. That's cat water. He basically is a cat. So number 4, so this is kind of the same thing as number 1, but sun related. So stay out of the sun for at least 2 weeks after. That 2 weeks is basically when your tattoo is healing or your skin is healing. I still think it's important to put on sunscreen and just protect it from the sun regardless, but I do that anyway. But I think that skin is going to be basically damaged until you have it off if you're going regularly. So just continue to use sunscreen for that. I'm not going to stay out of the sun this summer, but I am going to continue to use like SPF 70 on my arm and then maybe like light sleeves or something like that. But it's up to you, like what you really feel like is best for your body or you and your technician think is best. But I would just say at least for 2 weeks afterwards, keep it out of the sun. Okay, number 5. So I think this has been actually helping a lot, and I learned this from Reddit as well as from a friend who is also removing her tattoo and told me this. But basically, once it heals, so kind of after that first week and a half, start using bio oil or vitamin E oil and massage it into your skin every night. So I've been doing that and I think it honestly has been helping. I don't know, I mean, who knows really, but it hasn't been hurting, and I've been seeing a lot of stuff about how it helps with scarring. So if anything, maybe it's going to help prevent scars or just help the skin heal better. It can't hurt. So that would be a tip I have that may or may not really help, but it's not hurting. Okay, number 6. So this kind of goes back to that immune system thing in your lymphatic system. Drink lots of water and exercise, because basically you just want your immune system to be as healthy as possible so that it does the best job carrying those particles out of your body. And if you're drinking lots of water, you're helping it flush all of those ink particles out of your body. And again, not a scientist. I don't know if that's completely factual, but that would make the most sense to me. Seems to make sense to the internet and the articles that I've read. So I think that that's probably important. Plus, drinking a lot of water and exercising is good for you anyway, so you might as well do it. Okay, 7. So this was not told to me by my technician. This was told to me by Reddit, mostly. But basically, wait longer in between sessions the more you go. So in the beginning, they're going to tell you like, you know what, they did tell me this, but starting later on. But in the beginning, you're going to go and they're going to say like 8 to 10 weeks. And then they're going to keep wanting you to do that for like the first 6 months. And then after that, they're going to want you to spread it out farther. However, I read on Reddit from multiple people who are also claiming to be technicians that you should wait longer in between sessions even before that. And that's kind of like pointless to go in earlier because your body's still clearing out those particles from your system and you need to give it more time. So you're basically just kind of wasting money if you're going too frequently. And that's pretty much what my technician told me too. After this session, we'll probably wait, till the end of the summer for the next one, and then I'll just start making it go farther. But currently I've been going about 10 to 12 weeks in between each session. Okay, number 8. So I know I've been mentioning Reddit quite a bit, but I would say use Reddit sparingly. There's been times I've been on there and I'm like, oh wow, that's a really great tip and it's worked really well for me. But a lot of times I'll see on there just really negative, kind of really sad people on there talking about how much they hate their tattoos and they're really depressed and, you know, they hate their life and everything and wish they never got these tattoos. I understand that feeling. However, you can't sit in that place forever just because of a tattoo. So don't read those things and then get caught up in that sort of mindset, because you have to still live your life. Time is going to pass anyway. So don't spend, you know, your time hiding inside or covering yourself up or whatever. Like, of course, like my tattoo looks a little weird right now because it's starting to fade, and like people are starting to notice that, like, you know, they're like, oh, is that really old, or is it like, are you getting it removed, or why are you getting removed? Like, you're gonna start getting more questions, but you just have to remind yourself that, like, eventually all the people you care about will know, so they'll stop asking questions, and then eventually after that it will be gone, you know? And like I said, the time will pass anyway, so you might as well do the thing that you want to happen, like to get the result that you want, get rid of it, because you're just gonna be living your life anyway. So don't waste your time like worrying about sad people's comments on the internet. And then this was a comment from somebody, and I'm so sorry I don't have your name in front of me, but she commented on the last video I made about this, and I love this comment. But basically she just said to enjoy the art while it's still on your body, because eventually it'll be gone. And I just thought that was like a really beautiful way to kind of look at it and address something that's like, you know what, you're kind of living in the moment, and one day it will be gone and you will never see it again. You'll never have it again, at least, you know, not in person, and you might as well just enjoy it while you have it. I mean, of course, unless it's something that's like really vulgar or you really, really hate it. I don't feel like that about my tattoos. I don't really hate them. I think they're still really pretty. So I'm just gonna be in the mindset of like just enjoying it while it's there, and kind of like, honestly, it's kind of fun to look at the process of it being removed over time. And then this is a bonus one, but make sure you take lots of pictures, because one thing I didn't do was take a ton of pictures before I started. I've been taking pictures as I've been going, but I didn't take a ton of like before pictures. I think they took a picture, which I'll put in, or I put in the last one, but I didn't take any pictures myself. And I wish I had taken it in the same place, and like every month like take a picture in the same place. And honestly, I might start doing that just so you can really see. But I've just been snapping random photos to kind of like see the process of it. But I mean, you can even see like this is a fairly new tattoo, and then it was like darker than this one. So but yeah, I am gonna go ahead and put in the, you know, the side-by-side video so you can see how much it's faded. Okay, so I think I was standing here for the first, like, showing you the tattoo, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing, so. So yeah, if you guys liked those tips, let me know below. If you have any more tips, I can make another one of these videos at some point. I just really wanted to make this as a stay positive kind of thing. Like a lot of people are going through this, and you might feel like you're really alone or embarrassed about it, but don't be embarrassed. It's not a big deal. And there are gonna be people who are gonna make weird comments, and just ignore them, who cares? So I'm here if you wanna just like chat about tattoo removal, or if you wanna create a community in the comments, whatever. I just think it's a pretty cool thing that we can remove something that apparently was permanent. So I guess I will leave you guys with that, and then I have my 3rd session next week, so hopefully that goes well. Maybe I'll film that too, but I will see you guys next time.